Today we got Nightwing, the original Boy Wonder, taking on Gambit, the Raging Cajun. Who's coming out on top? Let's find out. As the first Robin, Dick Grayson was the most famous psychic in fiction. When the boy became a man, he became the independent hero known as Nightwing. Dick is in peak physical condition with impressive strength, durability, and endurance, but his greatest physical asset is his speed and agility. He's strong enough to throw people through concrete walls. He's even able to make the super strong Blockbuster bleed. Also durable enough to withstand attacks from superpowered beings. He's considered to be the greatest human acrobat in the DC universe, and he uses his acrobatic skill and agility to make it very difficult to hit him in combat. He's said to be faster, more fluid in his movements than Batman. He is so fast that not only is he able to dodge knives and punches and bullets, but he can even deflect them back in midair. Having been trained by Batman, Dick is one of the greatest fighters on the planet. He's an expert in Aikido, boxing, taekwondo, hapkido, ninjutsu, judo, jujutsu, tai chi, and loves using his screamer sticks in combat as well. Also a genius, a brilliant tactician, master of stealth, and an expert marksman. Nightwing's suit is lined of Kevlar, but is made with the fighting style of move more, get hit less in mind, so it isn't necessarily impenetrable. He also carries on an assortment of weapons, like smoke pellets, sonic weapons, modified batarangs, stun gun, and knockout capsules. So, that's what we got in one corner. Dick Grayson, Nightwing. But, entering the ring, in the other corner, well, it's the X-Men Gambit. Gambit is a charming master thief who later joined the X-Men. He possesses the mutant ability to charge inanimate objects with kinetic energy, causing them to explode. Also extremely agile, hypnotically persuasive because of his powers. So Gambit has the mutant ability to tap into the potential energy stored inside an object and transform that into kinetic energy by touching it. He can then charge the object and throw it at a target. The object will release the energy and explode on impact. On some occasions, Gambit's even gained the ability to charge organic material, like when he charged Sebastian Shaw, Dakin's arm, and a small lizard. At his full power, he's able to charge any organic or non-organic matter in his line of sight, which is a thought. However, while Gambit can do that, he usually just throws kinetically charged playing cards. Also insanely accurate with those cards. Like Gambit was able to cut the tripwire on a nuclear device from 50 feet away with a card before. It will hit 3 zombies right between the eyes. Gambit's ability to tap into kinetic energy also grants him superhuman agility and dexterity. Like, for example, Remy can easily dodge gunfire and lasers, dodged all of Silver Samurai's attacks, and has great enough reflexes to deflect lasers and bullets as well. Gambit is also an excellent weapons fighter, specializes in savate style of fighting with his bow staff. He tends to quickly charge up his staff, increase his momentum, and give his hits a little bit more extra punch. Remy is incredibly clever. He's one of the best thieves in the world, and is willing to gamble everything for those he loves most, hence his name. So, who wins? Well, let's break it down. Now, this is a fight that I've been wanting to do for a real long time, just because I think it's so much fun, yet also a super close showdown. They're both incredibly fast and agile characters, both skilled fighters, both can fight with sticks and bow staffs. But Gambit's mutant powers just add that extra X factor, that extra oomph, bringing the fight to the next level. So who's coming out on top here? Well, let's break it down. And like always, starting out with physicality. Which one of these guys is stronger and more powerful? Well, Nightwing is impressively strong, especially for just being a normal human. But lift up and throw men just one arm, swing a refrigerator over and around his head, and he's even held up gigantic boulders over his head too, which, if we're being honest, had to weigh a few tons. Dick has even held open orca's jaws before. They have one of the strongest bite forces in the animal kingdom. Never been officially measured, but best guess is that it could be over 19,000 psi, pounds per square inch. So again, another multi-ton feat. But, more important than lifting strength, Dick has got some impressive striking power. He's knocked out Cassandra Cain with one punch, knocked people out through metal armor, Some people flying through car doors and brick walls with his attacks. He's even cut through steel chains, instantly stopped a motorcycle, and he's made superhumans like Blockbuster and Grodd bleed. So about Gambit. Well, Remy's been able to casually toss around men and throw them with one arm too, literally just sending them flying sometimes. He's kicked through stone walls, turned a scroll flying through a wall with a good kick, able to break apart metal and bust up robots too, especially when swinging around his bow staff. I forgot to give the edge to Dick, mostly because Gambit doesn't have the same kind of pure strength that Nightwing has shown throughout the years. So about durability. Well, over the years, Nightwing has shown some remarkable durability and endurance. His suit is bulletproof. Even though his head is open and exposed, Dick has been shot in the head before with a 32 pellet, still remained conscious, even though the bullet fractured his skull. Nightwing also taken attacks from Donna Troy that sent him flying through a brick wall, yet got back up like nothing had happened, taking falls from multi-story buildings, saw some massive explosions. Like, he was just fine after playing below at point-blank range. He even took 3 simultaneous and rather large explosions, yet still managed to get up and continue beating down on the Joker. He's also just got remarkable endurance. He's able to keep on fighting even after being stabbed all over by Talon, stay up and fight crime for days on end, and survive 10 days in the desert with barely any food or water. So about Gambit. Well, Remy has always had some pretty remarkable durability to blunt force attacks, as he simply walked off long falls, taking it from super strong and cybernetically enhanced opponents and brushed it off, even taking attacks from Ares, the god of war before. While he was stunned, still remained conscious. Gambit's also shown some impressive endurance, the ability to just power and push through pain, as he's been shot, stabbed, impaled, and just gutted in fights, yet still found the ability and sheer willpower to pick himself up and keep on going. However, the real trick here is speed and agility. That's the real question, especially since both these guys are heroes who rely more on their speed and agility as opposed to their strength and durability. And Dick is exceptionally fast, being described as being the greatest human acrobat in the whole DC universe. His only rivals being people like Catwoman and Boston Brand. Hell, Nightwing was actually headlining an acrobatic act when he was just a kid. It takes some serious skill and plenty just raw, natural talent in order to do something like that. He's easily been able to weave between automatic fire from several shooters, dodge bullets at point blank range, and even dodge gunfire after the bullet had already left the gun. And Dick was doing this stuff way back when he was just Robin, the boy wonder. He's only gotten better and faster with age and as Nightwing. In fact, Dick is the fastest member of the whole Bat family, being called faster and more fluid in his movements than Batman. And it's not that Dick is just agile or fast in a fight, he's just fast, period. He's able to catch up with cars and actually beat them to their destinations, dodge super speed attacks on Jesse Quick, and even catch freaking Wally West, with one time Wally commenting that he had forgotten just how fast Dick was. But if there's one person who could rival, maybe surpass Nightwing, think it might be Gambit. I mean, he's actually faster than Iron Man's targeting computer, and has caught an explosive round fired at him and thrown it back at his opponent. That's gotta count for something. He's casually able to avoid the volleys of automatic gunfire, making it appear like it's just the easiest thing in the world, like bullets are literally a joke to him. And he's managed to dodge bullets after they've been fired at close range, even literally right after waking up. Being a master thief, he's a master gymnast and acrobat, and is arguably on par with Nightwing in this area. He's dodged gunfire while surrounded on all sides, has caught both Daredevil's batons and Captain America's shield and thrown it back at them, even thrown his playing cards to intercept Spider-Man's webbing in midair. On top of that, Gambo's biokinetic powers actually grants him a superhuman level of speed, agility, and dexterity. And if for that sole reason alone, might actually to give the edge to Gambit here. I mean, he's superhuman, Nightwing is just human, sometimes it really can be that simple. But then what about fighting skill and ability? I mean, that is even arguably more important than physicality. Now, Dick is the more technical and skilled fighter. No question about it. He's been trained by people like Batman and Richard Dragon. It's been said he's been trained in all martial art forms. And definitely knows how to use this skill in a fight. Absolutely schooling Damian and Catwoman, beating Red Hood and Arsenal. He fought against and beaten Batman before. He's beaten David Kane, beaten Grifter, even though Grifter was telepathically reading his moves. Fought against Midnighter, who has the ability to play out future outcomes of battles in his head. And even Lady Shiva, arguably the greatest martial artist in all of DC, is impressed with his skill. Nightwing is also exceptionally skilled at using his sticks and weapons in a fight, and is able to seamlessly blend these weapons along with his fighting skill in order to take down opponents. He's crazy accurate with his wingdings, being able to hit a coin out of the air. His suit is both fireproof and able to release electric shocks. He's got wrist gauntlets that can shoot out bolas, sonic disruptors, explosives, electrical attacks. He's got stun grenades, smoke bombs, EMP blast. Then there are the Screamer Sticks. These are definitely his go-to weapons. You can even electrify them as well. Use them to shoot out electricity. With all this, Nightwing really is one of the most dangerous fighters in the DC universe, and someone that you have to take seriously, or else he's gonna beat you. But Gambit isn't someone that you can take lightly either. His fighting skill is often undersold. While he isn't technically as skilled as Nightwing, he is a master savant, and is more than skilled enough to beat multiple opponents, and even large groups of men all by himself. He's actually beaten Dakin before, beaten Sabretooth before, beaten Wolverine before, fought Captain America, Blade, Moon Knight, and even scrapped down Spider-Man, and actually seemed fairly evenly matched with Daredevil when he and Matt came to blows. So while Dick might be more technically skilled, might have mastered more fighting styles, Remy has fought against people just as skilled as Nightwing in the past, even fought against people more skilled than Nightwing in the past, and still managed to hold his own and remain in the fight. I think the same thing will happen here. That's when the X Factor comes in, Gambit's mutant powers. How will his biokinetic charge factor into the fight? Well, Gambit has some serious power, as when combined with Rock Slide, they created one of the largest mutant-generated blasts ever recorded. And while he won't be using that level of power here, he mostly just charges cars and attacks to a stun level in fighting human opponents. It does demonstrate that raw power he's packing inside of him. He's able to blow up buildings and vehicles, instantly take down thugs and attackers, even stun and knock out super durable opponents like Wolverine, Rogue, and Sabretooth. He's even knocked around Juggernaut and Gladiator before, but like we said, probably won't be using that level of power in this fight. He's able to charge up any object in his environment and transform it into a weapon, charging up tire swings, statues, bullets, dice, or even sand. But his primary weapon are obviously his playing cards. And he's able to throw them with remarkable accuracy, like throwing them through the crack in Magneto's helmet, down the barrels of guns, or even cut in millimeter wire on a device from over 50 feet away. That's some crazy accuracy. And while Nightwing's got some crazy agility, Remy has made people like Spider-Man or Daredevil work to dodge his cards before, even hit them, either through accurate throws or the sheer size of his explosions. And so he's gonna hit Nightwing some here too. It's just inevitable. On top of that, Gambit's even able to charge up his melee attacks with his kinetic charge, so he's been throwing a lot more powerful strikes too. So, at the end of the day, who wins? Well, physically they're roughly the same. Fighting skill wise goes to Nightwing, but Gambit is going to be able to hold his own throughout the battle. But I think the X factor is just Gambit's powers. That's going to be too much to overcome. Besides his playing cards, which have enough power to knock Nightwing out on their own, Gambit has the ability to turn anything in the environment into a weapon, even Nightwing's own weapons or even his costume. And while Gambit can catch or dodge any thrown projectiles from Dick, it's going to be a whole lot harder for Dick to dodge thrown projectiles from Gambit, simply because of his accuracy and the size of the explosions. I don't necessarily see Gambit winning every single time, but I do think he can take the majority here. Gambit wins. But what do y'all think? I would love to hear your thoughts. Sound off in the comments down below. Also, be sure the like button, subscribe button, turn notifications, join the DanCo army, and I will see y'all next time.